wrapping up their 3-game series. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It is brought to you by Subaru of New England. Let love bloom in a 2024 Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up next, Joe Castiglione sits down with first base coach Andy Fox, and it's presented by your New England Ford dealers. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Johnson Paint is now a Rings End brand. We'll use our expertise to turn your inspiration into reality with Benjamin Moore's large selection of brilliant and durable paints and stains. We offer expert advice for both contractors and homeowners, like complimentary in-store color and design consultations. Johnson Paint is proud to be New England's largest Benjamin Moore retailer, with 31 convenient locations as well as online shopping. No matter how big or small your project, we'll make sure you have everything you need to do it right. With Benjamin Moore at Johnson Paint, your inspiration, our expertise.
I'm John Morgan. When people stop me to ask, what's my case worth? Here's what I tell them. All law firms are not the same at all. You see, the most important part of anyone's injury case is the firm you hire. The insurance company knows exactly which firms fight for full value and which firms will settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Our firm has recovered billions, $3 billion last year alone. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of the Boston Red Sox.
Hey, Red Sox fans, imagine turning your deck or balcony into the ultimate pre-game spot any day of the week. With Kenyon Electric Grills, you're always just moments away from that perfect sear. Proudly made just down I-95 in Clinton, Connecticut, the grills are designed for the city life. Forget what you know about electric grills. Kenyon's high quality and USA manufactured craftsmanship mean you're not just grilling, you're grilling with the best. Slide into kenyongrills.com and see why they're the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. And you can make any day turn into a weekend, too.
Hey, Christian Fourier here, and no one is happier than I am. You know that ankle that I've been complaining about? The one that's been barking at me since my playing days? The one I just had surgery on? Well, in just a few weeks, Ortho Laser New England shut that ankle right up. No more creaking, no more swelling, and no more pain. I'm back to feeling like a rookie. But wait, there's more. Since Ortho Laser fixed my ankle, I was like, all right, I figured, why not give my injured shoulder a go? Because it's been bugging me as well. I mean, it takes less than 15 minutes with their exclusive robotic laser, so why not? The next day, I felt like $1 million with only a few more painless treatments, and that too will be 100%. Seriously, guys, Ortho Laser's FDA-approved laser is real and doesn't cost thousands of dollars, alleviating arthritis pain, increasing stability, healing tendons and ligaments. Find out if Ortho Laser New England can work for your joint at ortholaserne.com. Multiple New England locations. I go to the one in Dedham, online at ortholaserne.com.
Grilling out. It's as American as fireworks, as hot dogs and hamburgers, and as Kingsford Original Charcoal. Because enjoying that unmistakable aroma and sharing the authentic wood-fired flavor of Kingsford Original with great friends makes the 4th of July even more special than it already is. And that's pretty special. So here's to America, and here's to Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Enjoy your summer even more by switching to Total by Verizon. Now you can get 50% off any unlimited data phone plan. That's one line for only $25 a month, and you keep the phone you love. Hurry, this is a limited time offer, so find a store or switch at totalbyverizon.com. Offer ends 7/31/24. Promo subject to cancellation after 12 months. Available exclusively online and in Total by Verizon stores. Requires a compatible unlocked device and SIM. See totalbyverizon.com for device compatibility and additional details. Taxes and fees may apply.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful VC turbo engine, well, we had time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hey,
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. From brakes to exhaust kits and beyond, eBay Motors has over 122 million parts to keep your ride or die alive. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to bring home that big win. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back here on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Red Sox and Blue Jays playing their series finale from Fenway Park tonight. Sox trying to win their 5th consecutive series. It'll be Kutter Crawford on the mound for the Sox. Now, normally before every game, we talk with the Red Sox manager Alex Cora, but he was already on the flagship station, WEEI, earlier today, so we give him a break. And Joe Castiglione had a chance to catch up with first base coach Andy Fox, and it's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate the Great American Sales Event and join the Bronco family, or get a great offer on America's best-selling trucks, F-Series, official truck of the Red Sox.
Well, Andy, you've been in this organization now since, I believe, 2011, minor leagues, major leagues. You went from field coordinator last year, now first base coach, and your responsibilities are a lot more than just patting a guy on the backside.
Yeah, I have to agree, especially now with the running game stuff, making sure we're on top of that. Kyle and I work together on that stuff and just try to find any edge we can to, steal an extra 90 feet. And, fortunately we have some guys that can do it, and we've been pretty good. Probably should be a little more efficient, but we're getting there.
I never thought I saw the day where the Red Sox were first or second in steals, because we were the Red Sox in the 80s and 90s when you were playing with the Yankees.
Yeah, well, we got some athletes now and guys that can run and some aptitude and can pick up on some things, and that's big. I mean, you're not going to be able to run, every night. You just got to be able to go when you have those chances.
And you were based yourself. You stole 75% over your career, so you picked your spots well.
I tried. That's what I did to try to keep myself around that and catch the ball.
And you did very well. 2 World Championships, one with the Yankees and one with Arizona. But you've been a Red Sox now longer than any other places, right?
Yeah, no, this has been a great place for me, working in the minor leagues, and, still quite a few people around. And it's been a great place to work and, and had some success here. And it's really been fun. It's been a fun 13 years.
How has the disengagement rule affected base stealing? We know there's more of it lately, but in what ways?
It does affect it a lot, I think, because the guy can only throw over 2 times max. So if he happens to throw over early in the count, he's only got 1 more. And we've seen it a couple times where they've thrown over twice, and obviously if you throw over that 3rd time and don't get it, it's a balk and you move up. So it does have advantages, and you try to maximize it as much as you can.
Is there sort of a rule of thumb what you do after 2 disengagements? So what happens with the 3rd?
I would say there's not a rule. I would say more of like you're trying to expand your lead a little bit more. Maybe you can get him to disengage one more time and you're safe, or you can get a bigger jump to second base.
How about the base sizes increasing? Have you noticed that it's made much difference?
No, I mean, they look normal now after 2 years of them, or 3 years, however long they've been around. I bet you if we put the old ones back, it'd be like a little thimble.
Well, certainly the infield defense has improved as the season has gone along overall. It's a lot of work. You're out here every day with these guys. Sort of old infield practice is back.
Yeah, we did change it up a little bit. We've been much more individualistic in a group setting, and kind of guys working on certain things. You may not see it on the naked eye, but it's been good, and we've had stretches where we've been consistent, and then we've had stretches where we haven't been, and that's our goal is to. We know it's in there. It's just we got to be more consistent and give ourselves a better chance to win games.
Rafi's having a better defensive year.
Yeah, and I think that started in spring training. Really challenged him with the machine work and stuff, and his, especially going to his left. And he's really been moving his feet well and playing with a lot of confidence over there.
How about David Hamilton? As a matter of confidence?
It was. I when you come to the big leagues, there's a challenge in and of itself, just being up here and being thrown into play at shortstop every day. It's a learning thing, and fortunately I went through it as a player, and it's not easy, but you take your bumps, and he's just gotten so much better and just more confident and more consistent in his play.
Well, certainly it's been an exciting stretch here, and this club's starting to believe in itself.
yeah, it's really a fun group. It's a hard-working group. Everybody gets along, and I know sometimes that's cliche, but it really is a good group. And they come to work every day. They work with a purpose. And hey, sometimes we're going to win, sometimes we're going to lose. But like one thing I've really noticed is we're able to turn the page. We have a bad game, we're able to bounce back and not let it snowball on us.
And Andy, you have a son who's a pretty good player, just graduating from high school?
Yes, he did. And he graduated from high school, thankfully, and then he'll be going to a junior college in Santa Rosa, California, and we'll see where that takes him.
There you go. Well, good luck. Thanks so much for joining us.
You bet, Joe. Thank you.
There you go, the first base coach, Andy Fox, checking in with Joe Castiglione. It'll be Joe and Will on the call tonight for Red Sox and Blue Jays series finale. Time now to see who's in the hot tub. The injury update is presented by New England Spas. Create your own home paradise with a soothing new hot tub, swim, spa, sauna, or cold plunge from New England Spas, the home relaxation specialist. Visit New England Spas in Natick, Norwell, Auburn, and now in Warwick, online at nespas.com. Well, we heard from Tristan Casas himself earlier in the pregame, taking his virtual or his mind swings, but he also took 20 real swings in the batting cage today. And Liam Hendriks, both these guys working their way back from the 60-day IL. Hendriks had Tommy John last offseason. He threw a bullpen today, which consisted of about 15 fastballs. There's the latest on the injury front. We'll get you the Red Sox starting lineup as well as a look around the scores across Major League Baseball. We'll do that next on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Sweeten up summer with juicy, fresh cherries now on sale at Shaw's in Star Market. Today through Thursday, pick up amazingly delicious Northwest cherries for only $2.99 a pound. Get cherries for snacks and delectable desserts. Shaw's in Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. Being your neighbor helps Arbella provide you the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England, here for good.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save, because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Hey, Red Sox fans, imagine turning your deck or balcony into the ultimate pre-game spot any day of the week. With Kenyon Electric Grills, you're always just moments away from that perfect sear. Proudly made just down I-95 in Clinton, Connecticut. The grills are designed for the city life. Forget what you know about electric grills. Kenyon's high quality and USA manufactured craftsmanship mean you're not just the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. And you can make any day turn into a weekend, too.
Hey, Christian Fourier here, and no one is happier than I am. You know that ankle that I've been complaining about? The one that's been barking at me since my playing days? The one I just had surgery on? Well, in just a few weeks, Ortho Laser New England shut that ankle right up. No more creaking, no more swelling, and no more pain. I'm back to feeling like a rookie. But wait, there's more. Since Ortho Laser ago, because it's been bugging me as well. I mean, it takes less than 15 minutes with their exclusive robotic laser, so why not? The next day, I felt like $1 million with only a few more painless treatments, and that too will be 100%. Seriously, guys, Ortho Laser's FDA-approved laser is real and doesn't cost thousands of dollars, alleviating arthritis pain, increasing stability, healing tendons and ligaments. Find out if Ortho Laser New England can work for your joint at ortholaserne.com. Multiple New England locations. I go to the one in Dedham, online at ortholaser.com.
Grilling out. It's as American as fireworks, as hot dogs and hamburgers, and as Kingsford Original Charcoal. Because enjoying that unmistakable aroma and sharing the authentic wood-fired flavor of Kingsford Original with great friends makes the 4th of July even more special than it already is. And that's pretty special. So here's to America, and here's to Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Enjoy your summer even more by switching to Total by Verizon. Now you can get 50% off any unlimited data phone plan. That's one line for only $25 a month, and you keep the phone you love. Hurry, this is a limited time offer, so find a store or switch at TotalByVerizon.com. Offer ends 7/31/24. Promo subject to cancellation after 12 months. Available exclusively online and in Total by Verizon stores. Requires a compatible unlocked device and SIM. See totalbyverizon.com for device compatibility and additional details. Taxes and fees may apply.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful VC turbo engine, well, we had time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, back here on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Red Sox and Blue Jays series finale tonight. Sox trying to win their 5th consecutive series after they split the first 2 games. And this marks the official halfway point of the season. Game number 81 tonight for the Sox. Halfway point of the season. Game number 81 tonight for the Sox. It'll be Kutter Crawford on the mound for Boston opposite Yuriel Rodriguez, who's going to face a Sox lineup that is brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Jarren Duran, who had his 14-game hitting streak snapped last night. He is once again in the leadoff spot. He'll be in center field. He has played in all 81 games this year. David Hamilton returns to the lineup. He is at shortstop tonight, batting second. Yuriel Rodriguez is in right field batting third. Rafael Devers, who has homered in consecutive games, is at third base batting fourth. Rob Refsnyder is in left field batting fifth. Masataka Yoshida is...
This summer, Instacart presents famous summer flavors coming to your front door. Or pool. Or hotel.
Your grocery delivery has arrived, sir.
That was faster than room service.
No violins in the lobby.
Oh, seriously? Anyway, sit back, relax, and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Starring your favorite snacks, drinks, and more. Download Instacart for free delivery on your first 3 orders. Rated H for hungry audiences. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum $10 per order. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms and fees apply.
Wong on the paternity list, and it'll be Kutter Crawford who comes to the Reds. He has been going 6 innings in just about all of these starts, though, recently, but got to keep the ball in the ballpark. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Let love bloom in a 2024 Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. A lot of day baseball, including the Mariners beating the Rays 5-2. Cal Raleigh had a 3-run homer, and this one, George Kirby, earned his 7th win of the season. Phillies beat the Tigers 6-2. Pirates over the Reds 6-1. Andrew McCutchen with a home run. Braves took game 1 of their doubleheader with the Cardinals by a score of 6-2. Astros beat the Rockies 7-1. So despite a horrible start to the season for the Houston Astros, they have found themselves back to 500. They are an even 40-40 as of right now. The Kansas City Royals scored 5 runs in the 8th inning on their way to a 5-1 win over the Marlins. So they are now in a tie with the Red Sox for that 3rd and final wildcard spot in the American League. Brewers got a walk-off in the 10th as they beat the Rangers 6-5. Angels beat the Athletics 5-2. And the Padres got an 8-5 win over the Nationals. Dylan Cease had 9 strikeouts in the game. He improved to 7-6 on the year. He now has a 3.84 ERA for his new team. One game already going on right now. It's the Orioles and Guardians. No score in the bottom of the first. Yankees and Mets in Queens tonight. Luis Gil on the mound for New York, having a great year, 9-2 with a Sox in Chicago. Diamondbacks at home to the Twins. And then the late game tonight, you have the San Francisco Giants at home to the Chicago Cubs. So there's a look at all the scores tonight. And, of course, Red Sox and Jays. It'll be a 7:10 first pitch from Fenway Park, Crawford versus Rodriguez. Before we hand things off to Will and Joe, let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, that is going to do it for us as the Sox go for another series win tonight against the Blue Jays. For our producer, Stiz, I'm Rich Keefe. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Castiglione and Will Fleming have the call of Red Sox and Blue Jays coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Proudly brought to you by Mass Mutual. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Matthews Auto has purchased Bernardi Nissan and are bringing our award-winning dealership group to Boston. You never have to haggle to get a good price. Our vehicle prices are clearly posted on every vehicle and online. With the best rewards program in the business, Matthews Rewards Plus, you bank 25% of everything you spend on service and can use it to save up to $5,000 off a future vehicle purchase. This month, drive off in a 2024 Nissan Rogue SV all-wheel drive. Lease it for only $249 per month for 36 months with $5,900 due at signing. Lease one price, $31,995. Visit the new Matthews Nissan of Wellesley at 962 Worcester Street, formerly Bernardi Nissan on Route 9, or MatthewsNissanofWellesley.com. VIN number RW420876, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $5,900 due at signing. First payment, tax and fees extra. Rebates to dealer. To qualified buyers, must finance through NMAC. N7124.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets. Take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already.
Only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
When your favorite ball club looks to close out the game, they bring in a specialist. Same is true in the drain game. When Eastern Mass homeowners need drain and sewer problems expertly fixed, Drains by Janes is the move. Whether you need drain cleaning or repair, pipelining, or sewer repair, you can depend on Drains by James to bring the relief 24/7. Learn more about your pipes.
Hey everybody, Andy Hart here. 40 by the 4th? Did you take Awaken 180 up on their offer of dropping 40 pounds by the 4th? If so, you're reaching your goal next week if you haven't already. 2 months to change your life. I know it did for me. I didn't have 40 to lose. I had 20, I thought. Reached that goal in just 4 weeks. What I didn't realize was I had another 10 to shed, and guess what? I did it for free with Awaken 180. Between my new approach to foods and the free support for life, I dropped another 10 pounds in free maintenance. Know what my Awaken 180 coach at the Seekonk location job? Embrace it. And boy, I sure am this summer. Will I put that 30 pounds back on? Nope. Can you reach your goals with Awaken 180? Definitely. The program works. It's easy and it's a game changer. Change the game and choose the official weight loss program of the Boston Red Sox. Call 1-844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This is...
And the Boston Red Sox are the world champions!
Red Sox baseball.
And it is good!
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For the first time in 86 years.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Holy cow!
110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. Arbella, here for baseball fans, here for good. Brought to you by AZEK Exteriors. Visit www.azekexteriors.com. Mike's Amazing, the official mayo and mustard of the Boston Red Sox.
And it's gone!
Citgo. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Sponsored by DigSafe. Call 811 before you dig or visit digsafe.com. Drains by James. Eastern Massachusetts leader in drain cleaning and pipelining.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Hire Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Cars for kids. Old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-877-CARS-4-KIDS today. Northern Bank. New England Ford. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Looking up! Grand slam!
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. The Sherwin-Williams Pro Plus program helps you manage and grow your paint business. Sponsored by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop NissanUSA.com. Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Swinging a drive to left field. There are a couple runs. Way gone.
Subaru of New England. Love spring in the all-wheel drive 2024 Subaru Forester. Verizon, the network Boston relies on.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Joe Castiglione and Will Fleming.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fenway Park, the final game of this series. And the rubber game as the Red Sox play the Toronto Blue Jays. The Red Sox have won 4 straight series and need a win to extend that here tonight. A warm night, 86 degrees, a little on the humid side, but no imminent threat of rain as the Red Sox tonight will send Kutter Crawford to the mound, and he will be opposed by Yuriel Rodriguez, who has recently been called up from the minor leagues. Tufts University's Division III national champion men's lacrosse team and the women's rowing team here throwing out the first pitch tonight. Women's rowing team here throwing out the first pitch tonight. Lou Merloni is with us, so is Will Fleming, who has the starting lineup.
I do indeed, Joe. Alex Cooper, who's going to perform a comedy show here in the near future, just throughout the first pitch. Tristan Casas, a little nervous, but the best pick of his season. Tristan made news today saying he hit balls in the cage for the first time since his injury, said it felt like riding a bike, and he had many other nuggets to share with the press. We'll give you those as we go along. Just about ready for the national anthem today. Joe told you that Kutter Crawford, a really important start. Red Sox trying to win their 5th consecutive series in Lou. The news today that Brian Bayo is going to skip a start. Josh Winkowski, what a lot of us saw, that it's time for a reset for Bayo.
Yeah, they're going to give him a couple of days with the off day as well. And as Alex pointed out, that was interesting the way he put it. He just said, we're going to fix some things physically, mentally, whatever it is. So they're just putting that in there, because we all agree, like right now for him, it's a little bit of mental on the mound and letting his emotions and letting things snowball and really not giving his team a chance in a few outings here in the recent weeks. He was better up at Toronto, but last night obviously sort of lost it there in the 3rd.
Injury Report is brought to you by Eastern MedTech, who knows how tough it can be to get a good night's sleep, either from a late-inning loss, a lousy CPAP product. That's why fans across New England depend on Eastern MedTech for their CPAP supplies. Kutter Crawford is making his way out of the Red Sox bullpen in right center field, over which Rafi Devers launched that massive home run. In last night's ballgame, Rafi's hot. Tyler O'Neill and Cedon Rafaela get the night off. We'll get you the lineups as we go along. On the injury report, by the way, after he said attached, which is a pretty perfect Hendricks response, but no matter what, that's a really important development for the Red Sox.
Yeah, it is. I think he actually asked Cole. I think he wanted to go back-to-back days. Like, he's rehabbing. He threw his first bullpen, 15 pitches. So it wasn't many pitches, but still getting on the mound is a big step. A lot of times they throw flat ground, so he made that adjustment. And they'll probably go back out there another day. A lot of times they throw flat ground, so he made that adjustment. And they'll probably go back out there another day or two, and it's here we are towards that, fourth week of June, and the idea of getting him back in, I think, a month is realistic.
Red Sox about to take the field. That takes us to our national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com.
Presenting the colors this evening is the Essex County Sheriff's Department Honor Guard. And joining the Red Sox on the field is Brewer Little League. Here to perform the Canadian anthem and our national anthem is a teacher, cantor, and singer-songwriter with 4 albums and a new single, Renegade Train, which is out now on Spotify and Apple Music. From Woburn, Massachusetts, please welcome Renee Levitt.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Over thee, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful job on both anthems here on a hot, muggy, summery Boston night. It's another big crowd. In fact, really, since the Red Sox have come home and they've gotten hot, fans are getting here earlier than they did in the first couple months of the season. Should be a packed house for the finale between the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. BuildSubmarines.com is where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers, helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants, because it takes one to build one. In the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, Tyler O'Neill gets the day off, so does Rafaela, against this right-hander Yuriel Rodriguez, who is a Cuban defector who they want to be a starter, but who's just not fully built out to be that just yet. So it's going to be a busy night for the Blue Jays bullpen. They'll lead it off with Bo Bichette, who's the shortstop. Obvious Boston Times ties for Bo. He came off the IL yesterday. He leads it off. Then Spencer Horwitz is the second baseman, batting left, and he bats second. Stay away from Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He bats third. He's the first baseman. He's driven in 7 runs in the first 2 games of this series and's got 3 home runs on the Blue Jays road trip. Justin Turner is the DH. He cleans up. Then George Springer, who hit a big-time 2-run homer off of Bayo last night, he's in right field batting 5th. Davis Schneider, the left fielder, bats 6th. The catcher, Danny Jansen, in the 7-hole. Then Kiner Falefa at 3rd, batting 8th. And Kevin Kiermaier is in center field, and he bats 9th. Here comes Kutter Crawford out onto the mound. Streak snapped last night, but he leads off again. He's in center field. Then David Hamilton, red hot at the plate. He's the shortstop, batting 2nd. In right field, Wilyer Abreu bats 3rd, and then Devers cleans up. Homers in 2 straight, and in the last 2 nights, Rafi has hit 910 feet worth of home runs. He cleans up. He's at 3rd base. Rob Refsnyder is the left fielder. He bats 5th. Yoshida DHs. Some encouraging signs from Massa of late, including an RBI double last night. He's the DH, batting 6th. Valdez at 2nd, batting 7th. Tom Smith has been the everyday first baseman lately for the Red Sox. He is in the 8-hole, and then Reese McGuire catches and bats 9th. Red Sox expecting Connor Wong back on Friday for the series opener. With the San Diego Padres, Powering Possibilities is brought to you by Comcast North Central, an advanced network, cybersecurity solutions, and trusted partnership. Comcast Business powers more businesses than anyone. And power, a little bit of concern last time, Lou, for Kutter Crawford. The fastball velocity was down. Home runs, I mean, it has been an enormous issue for Kutter, trying against Guerrero in particular, and these Blue Jays to keep the ball in the park tonight.
Yeah, and you know, coming in, we were in Toronto. Remember, the Blue Jays weren't hitting any home runs at all. Like, Vladdy was hitting balls hard on the line, ground balls. But it's been an issue for Kutter. Now, he came from Cincinnati, a little bit of a bandbox, but still giving up a lot, 13 on the year, and a lot lately, you know, the last 5 or 6, 7 starts. So for him, he's got to keep the ball in a ballpark. See if this team can string 3 or 4 hits together.
No doubt about it. Speed Report is brought to you by Verizon. Save big when you switch to the network Boston relies on. Red Sox really have not run a ton in this series in the way that they did on the previous road trip, but I think against Rodriguez and indeed against Danny Jansen, they'll have some opportunities. Need base runners to do that, though. Bo Bichette is ready to go. A man who has such deep ties to Joe Castiglione, who homered into the Gold's Gym where his parents met. Joe orchestrated 9 yards, and so fittingly for the play-by-play as Bo stands in, here's the soon-to-be Hall of Famer Joe Castiglione.
Thank you very much, Will. Great to have Lou with us. And the first pitch to Bo is in there for a strike. He was out with the strained calf muscle, but I talked to him before the game, said he was healthy and so excited about playing at Fenway. .86 degrees, wind blowing out. Looks like a hitter's night with a wind. There's a foul to the right out of play, and it's 0-2.
But 93 out of the gate here.
His 0-2 pitch, and a little bit outside. The home plate umpire is Chad Fairchild. Ryan Wills at first, Paul Clemens up from AAA at second, David Rackley at third. Umpire and crew has graded out very well. For the most part this season, the pitch. Swinging a foul tip into the mid, he got him. Boy, throw a fastball down and in at 91. Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund for every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the season. Our Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good.
So I just pulled up his scorecard from the other day. Paul Clemens, 97% accurate.
And we kept looking at all those balls were like a couple balls off. You call that a really good plate.
Here's Vladdy, who's had a big series, 7 RBIs. As Will told you, he takes inside ball 1.
But he went up there and got a couple balls up, hit some homers. Now the last 5, he's got 3. He's hitting .409 with 10 RBIs in 5 games.
Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. He leads most American League first basemen in offensive categories. We'll see how the All-Star balloting goes at first. Vladdy had a 3-run homer in the first game of the series. Awaits, and he takes low and away ball 4, so he showed good patience there. Working. The 2-out walk.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't mind that one bit. He did get ahead of him, and he just couldn't execute maybe throw that right pitch, but he is dangerous. We mentioned the home run totals. Kutter in his first 7 starts gave up 1 home run. That's back when the ERA was 1.56. In his last 9, he's given up 12. So it has been an issue.
Amazingly delicious Northwest cherries for only $2.99 a pound. Yes, that's right. Northwest cherries are just $2.99 a pound. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Hurry in and get cherries for snacks and delectable desserts. Shaw's in Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox.
Everything your family does online with Aura. Go to aura.com/baseball to start your free trial today. The 1 in 4 statistics is based on research conducted by Javelin Strategy and Research. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions effectively.
As an official
identity theft or monitor all transactions effectively.
As an official partner of the Boston Celtics, 110 Grill would like to congratulate the 2024 NBA champions.
Mall at the guaranteed lowest price, offers more free services for life than anywhere else, and Town Fair has well over 100 locations throughout New England and New York. The area's largest inventory of Toyota tires at the guaranteed lowest price, more locations, and the most free services for life. So for your next set of Toyota tires, remember, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Ask your smart speaker. WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Duran in the batter's box. His hit streak snapped last night. Going 0 for 5, but he's still at 288, 8th overall with 7 home runs. And the first pitch is swung out, driven down the left field line deep, but foul. Off the facade by a luxury box. Leading in triples with 10, tied for the league lead in doubles with 23, and third in hits with 96. This is the halfway point of the year tonight, is the 0-1. It's the outside edge, a call strike from Rodriguez, who's and a foul to the backstop. Yuriel Rodriguez, he is 0-2 with a 5.94 ERA.
He's got a good fastball, 94, 95. We've already seen that. Slider, curveball as well, and an occasional split, but
Been almost 2 months on the injured list with thoracic spine inflammation. Ground ball bounced to pitcher, grabbed in front of the mound, throw to first for the out, 1 down.
Tried it out over there.
1 down for David Hamilton, 282 with 5 homers and 21 steals. And he takes a low. Take you time to adjust to that as a hitter?
Yeah, there was a lot of double leg kicks. I'd never seen that before. And there's some pauses. That first step is a pause. And then, so you have the timing of it all is just thrown off a little bit. Right to it.
Here comes the pitch home, and he swings and grounds it on a couple of hops to second. Horowitz has it. Short to first, 2 up, 2 down. Here in the first inning, we'll check our league leaders. We're circling the drain, presented by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain. Cleaning and pipelining at drainsbyjames.com. They give a boop about your pipes. Well, in the American League Western Division, Abreu batting third over his last 9 at 260 with 6 homers. Okay, is that very slow, deliberate wind-up, fastball outside. Does that make it look like the pitch is coming in even quicker?
Well, there's a little bit of a rush, and I think the timing of it. I mean, you're still going off a leg kick and the hand separating from the pitcher, but this.
Last year, the pitch. Abreu takes a strike over the outer half. That was 94, so you can get it up there pretty well.
Yeah, you get 5 years, $32 million again in the offseason. Some teams viewed him as a reliever, kind of scouting him, and Blue Jays kind of felt like he could be a starter. I think that's one of the reasons why he chose Toronto.
3-1 is a little low and away, ball 4. So Abreu works.
Homer and a double, 3 for 4 in the first game, 2 for 4 last night. He's looked really good at the plate, and I love the fact that it was a fastball up and in that he short got to.
There's a fastball a little away, ball 1 in 94.
Last couple homers, Joe, he's hitting and he's almost falling back. One he fell on the third base dugout. The other one last night I felt like he's going to take out the umpire.
So it's 2-0 count with Abreu, can run it first. Rodriguez delivers and a ground ball bounce. Stabbed by the leaping pitcher nicely. Lob to first. Terrible throw, but Guerrero bails him out. He almost threw it away. A pop-up over there. So the Red Sox leave a man, and after one no score, the Shaws in star.
Performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. You're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack.
Keeping you covered and saving you money for everything from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Everyone in Massachusetts is required to have health insurance. If you need it, go to mahealthconnector.org today and find the right plan for you and your family. That's mahealthconnector.org.
As an official partner of the Boston Celtics, 110 Grill would like to congratulate the 2024 NBA champions. Banner 18 is an amazing accomplishment. Be sure to check out any of 110. And 35 locations throughout New England.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Toyo tires. Sells them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Offers more free services for life than anywhere else.
Town Fair Tire. Take Boston Sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Now it's raining. Didn't expect this for a couple of hours from now, but it's coming down. They will play on, at least for now. One report says light rain stopping in 45 minutes, but we'll see. Here we go with George Springer.
Just feel like that fastball inner half or even elevated inner half, I still think it's a tough pitch for George to get to right now.
And he takes a strike over the outer half, and down he goes looking. He's disgusted with a call by Chad Fairchild. Turns quickly and walks away after a long look.
That might have been a little bit off. A little generous for Kutter, but you think maybe the rain influenced this call at all?
Could be.
I mean, it is raining right now. There's like a thin line going through Boston.
We'll see. Is that one low and away?
Well, strategically, it would be an absolute nightmare for the Red Sox. If it started pouring here and you had to stop play and it went for an hour or so and you lost Crawford because you used Winkowski. For 6 innings yesterday. They are super thin for long guys.
Gus is going to start Sunday. The pitch is up and away, so Bayo will get couple of extra days rest.
Yeah, you know, it worked for this guy right here, Kutter Crawford. I felt like he got a couple of extra days and came out with sharp the next one. Tanner Houck got the
called it a cutter. It was 87, but it's gone full to Schneider. The rain really is fairly substantial right now. Most of the Fans have left the box seat area for cover. The pitch up and in. He missed with a fastball and lost it.
I mean, about 10 minutes ago, it started to feel like the apocalypse was coming. Thunderstorms popped up, and it is really coming down now.
Second.
He's thrown away. Now, it's not that it's wet. No, this is going to be the fifth one because Reese just threw the ball away over his head. I mean, I know it's raining, but we're not talking monsoon. Here,
yeah.
And we're throwing balls around everywhere.
Jansen, slow start this year because of a broken wrist. In spring training.
You can just hear the fans when it gets harder. I mean, it's really swirling around now.
One on, one out. The pitch home. Swinging a high pop-up.
And we've had this run for like 4 weeks where every night it's been perfect. And now, out of nowhere, this thing pops up.
Yeah, I mean, Chase Anderson a couple days ago threw one inning.
Yeah.
So he's the guy. Bernie hasn't thrown in a couple days, but Keller's down.
It's only the
Boozer
second
gets sent
inning.
down. It's you need 8 innings right now, and it gets. It's a little iffy.
This is one where I think it's going to be really important. Once you do that, you've got to be agile here, where if it stops in like 5 minutes, Tarp's got to come off right away and get back going.
Well, the umpires are heading back to their quarters on the left field line. The wind is causing some issues for the grounds crew trying to get the field covered.
We're a little offline at the moment, too.
At this, and it always happens, right? When you put the Ben,
it's always a hard call for the umpire, but man, it's not really raining right now.
Text from my peeps out in the Metro West, west of us, saying it is raining hard coming our way. So we'll see. I don't know.
Well, that's probably why Dave Miller was meeting with the crew chief between innings as he saw.
But Keller is gone, and you're right, Lou. It's Chase Anderson, basically. I mean, he's the long guy that's out there.
Yeah, no, it's not. You know, the good thing about tonight, you hope Crawford kind of came out here and threw a good game and gave you 6. You're in a really good spot because their guy was going to go, a couple of innings, and you're going to get to a bullpen that is arguably one of the bottom 5 bullpens in all of baseball.
They're bringing all the piping and the tubes out here to kind of hold the tarp down, which, God bless their souls, they'll just have the guys and girls stand on the tarp and just kind of wait it out so that they can take it off quickly. But that's not what they're doing here.
Do you mean the kids with no seniority? You're the ones who are going to stand out in the rain and just hold this tarp down for about 20 minutes.
You're the human weight. That's it.
I hope there's no lightning. Well, we did see some off in the distance to the north.
Yeah.
Did you ever, Lou, do a rain delay tarp slide? Have you ever done that?
You know, I never did it. The big leagues, nah. The minor leagues, you don't really get it too much. Never did that. I know. Would have loved
Didn't
to have
Rick
seen
Dempsey do the first one ever right here?
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I think they sort of like stopped letting you because these tarps are costing so much money, and they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to pull the tarp in the low minors?
What's that?
Did you ever have to pull the tarp? Cover the field?
I want to say maybe even an 8-ball we had to do that.
I did it 100 times. You'd be at like
broadcast
4:30 in the morning. You're
Behind it. Because they're coming out with all those tubes.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would make sense here, because otherwise...
Yeah, it's not... It's barely raining right now.
And it is the one where you just really wish maybe they could have hung on a little bit. I mean, we had thunder and lightning in a couple minutes. For a long time before they put it on. In other words, once they take it off, it's not going to take all that much time to get the field ready to play again.
Yeah.
They can just take it off and go. But as minutes go by here, as minutes go by here, you know, even if it's like 10 minutes, then you are talking about.
It's going to be a little while at least, because they would be taking it off if they strictly went by what's happening at the moment.
There is a big cell that has just popped up to our west. It's kind of covering Cambridge and Newton as we speak. And, you know, it was this thin, almost like worm. Band moving
weird line
west to east, and now it's kind of like getting shoulders further north. Band moving
weird line
west to east, and now it's kind of like getting shoulders further north. And I think that's what happened. You know, I think this time of year that can happen where, you know, there's a huge long tail. The eastern, which part of is in Worcester right now. Like if that lines up and comes in after that, I mean, we'll see. It is not impossible this thing is resumed later in the summer, I think.
I think if the Red Sox had their choice, if it goes an hour and a half, 2 hours, given their situation, I think that they would be pushing for that.
Well, they can't make it up tomorrow because Toronto has a home game against the Yankees.
That is good news. That is very good news.
You got it here in the Shaws at Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? On America's birthday weekend? Why not stop by America's #1 brakes destination? Right now, you can save 15% when you buy a set of OE quality durable last pads and rotors, and up to 50% when you bundle Shop Pro brake cleaner and brake fluid with Sil Glide brake lubricant. It's just
to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, risankizumab.
Check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis.
And then the heavens opened up, the tarp is on the field, and it is Sox talk for you. You know, I will say this, we were just talking to Stiz back inside the flagship here. Like, I did this all last year, and we have been incredibly lucky here at Fenway that we have not had so many Sox talks, but we are in for it now. You are here with us wherever you may be listening across our Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network. Thanks for and the Blue Jays. We played 1+ innings here. You know, nothing too much to report on the game front here. Red Sox had cut Crawford on the mound. That is really the biggest part of this, just in terms of tonight, where, you know, Red Sox, after Brian Bayo didn't get out of the third inning last night, you know, they needed length tonight from Kutter Crawford. They were in need of length from Tanner Houck on Monday night after the night after that. He's scheduled to start in Bayo's place next time through the rotation. And so you sit here, and as Lou just told you, and you look out towards that Red Sox bullpen, and you say, I don't really know who's got this if Kutter Crawford can't get back out there. And I would imagine, you know, we went into a rain delay, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 minutes ago or so. I don't think we're you know, I think we've already reached the point of no return on Crawford, whose night is going to finish, you know, an inning plus into his outing. Crawford tonight strikes out Bo Bichette to begin, got a flyout against Spencer Horwitz, walked Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and then got a ground out from Justin Turner. Red injury, and then after Kutter struck out George Springer on 3 pitches, walked Davis Schneider on 6 pitches. There was 1 fly ball on a foul ball by Danny Jansen, and that was it. It was enough for the crew chief and the home plate umpire Chad Fairchild, who I think was in a spot where he was just looking at this rain coming down, and you know, we were playing through the heavy stuff. As you will see a Major League Baseball game probably go on, but it was just too much. And at a certain point, this tarp had to go on the field, and time has really proven the crew chief Chad Fairchild right, because it is still heavy and it is still coming down on the tarp here at Fenway Park. Again, Cooper Boardman with you live from Fenway. We are here with you for as long as we are here. 797-937 617-797-937 937 on the text line. It's funny. It's like, I'm looking out into the bullpen, and the Blue Jays bullpen, they have Yuriel Rodriguez, who, again, is their starter. He pitched 1 inning. In the first, he is currently in the Blue Jays bullpen, getting rained on and continuing to throw. Nick Pivetta tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens on Saturday before Josh Winkowski pitches on Sunday. They're going to skip Brian Bayo. We said this last night, is that this is becoming, and again, it really does all come full force. For Red Sox team is playing so much better. For Red Sox team that has pitched so well over the course of the year, and obviously is hitting the you-know-what out of the baseball, leading all of the major leagues in June in batting average. Does not get out of the third inning. Guys have talked about it. We talked about it after the game last night as well on Red Sox Review, is that in a rotation where Tanner Houck goes out there and you feel like you have one of the best pitchers in baseball on the mound every 5 days, if not the best pitcher in baseball right here, right now. Nick Pivetta goes out there, and this is a personal deal. I mean, you look at the way his stuff is. Kutter Crawford, I recognize, the kind of nature of the last, few months, right? He goes 1.65. He ties Clemens in April for ERA in a month to begin a season. May 5.14 ERA, and then June to this point, including tonight, is right around somewhere in the middle. In the fours, the guy, and you don't feel as sturdy about, is Brian Bayo at 25 years old. There are two conversations to me about Bayo, and right now, and again, love your thoughts. 617-779-7937. We'll get your calls in just a second at 617-7797-9337. Down, puts runners on first and third base. Kiermaier singles the other way, gets by Manuel Valdez. He should have kept that in front. It's compounded by Willier Bray throwing a ball to the moon from right field, scores 2 runs, ties the game. But you're sitting there in the third inning of last night's game with a runner on third base, and kind of everything in front of you if you're Brian Bayo. And he just could not find a way out of the inning. Walked, Horwitz? He walked Bichette. 6 home runs on the year, including the one last night. And, that lands in the bullpen, and the night's over. And that, to me, is, this battle of Brian Bayo and where he's at is perhaps, everyone wants to have this trade deadline conversation, and I think it's fun, and we'll do it with you. 617-779-7937, 617-779-7937. Everybody wants to have a trade deadline conversation. To be a team that is in the conversation in the wild card with, and right now it's the, jockeying for position with Minnesota and Kansas City, and Houston is all of a sudden starting to work their way back into the race. Tampa is in that conversation as well. For the Red Sox to be in that kind of conversation, Brian Bayo's going to have to be something. I just can't imagine that he wouldn't be. The long-term future is another thing. And, for Andrew Bailey and what he has done with his staff has been unbelievable. I am hard-pressed to believe, and it's funny, Andrew Bailey is running out in the outfield right now getting rained on. By the way, we're in a rain delay here at Fenway Park. This is Sox Talk. Cooper Boardman with you. 617-779-7937. Sox and Blue Jays are scoreless, frozen in the top of the second inning. I don't think that there is a bigger challenge in terms of his stuff, but there is the emotional and the mental. You talk to guys in the organization, I talk to a lot of pitchers about Andrew Bailey, and what he does best is he instills this level of belief, this level of confidence in individuals. Not only, hey, we're going to teach you how to throw something nasty, hey, we're going to give you do what we need to do to get the best out of you physically. But what does that mean in the mental? Brian Bayo, and the question really for Andrew Bailey. You got a 25-year-old kid facing adversity for the first time in his life. Truly, I mean, he breezed through the minor leagues. Adversity on a baseball field. Breezed through the minor leagues. He was. I was in Worcester to watch it. When he took them out, it's a AAA level. When he took them down, it was like when Pedro pitched here. I mean, it was like you could not miss it. You knew he was going to dominate, and you couldn't take your eyes off of it. As we continue to take big steps towards the trade deadline, second by second, and it will inform decision making in the front office about what this rotation looks like. It will inform what we think about this team as it goes forward, and if it is in the legitimate conversation with the rest of those teams. And again, there are a lot of questions around it, but I really do believe that the Brian Bayo issue right now for the Red Sox, behind a lot of very dark clouds, past the Sitco sign in left, rain is slowed to a small drizzle here, but again, it was coming down real good, and Chad Fairchild, the crew chief, had no choice with the rain continuing to pelt down on this field, no choice but to end up pulling the teams off the field and putting one of the great tarps in all of baseball, the bean boot tarp, on the field. Cooper 797-937-937, 617-779-7937, 37937 on the text line as well. We'll step aside real quick. We'll come back and we take your calls on the other side. Anything, everything on the table, Red Sox related, not really. You just want to talk. We're here for you live from Fenway. Park. We're back in a moment along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Superchargers, headlights, and more. Your ride every time or your money back. Stay on your A game with all the parts you need at the prices you want. It's easy to bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and
Beat the Heat Summer Savings Program. Take advantage of 0% financing, plus save 10% when you mention my name. Their Permalock aluminum shingles will never rust or rot, and they reflect radiant heat. That saves you money all summer long. Get your no-cost estimate today on a new roof at eastcoastmetalroofing.com. That's East Coast Metal Roofing, the official roofing partner of the Boston Celtics.
We're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tools been put away. Now's the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different.
Lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. Switch today. With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome Plan. Benefits vary. See details.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey. EIFM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, Fenway Park live with you, Red Sox and Blue Jays. We were in an inning and 1 batter and 2 batters and then 1 more pitch into this ball game, and we played like the last 3 of those batters with the rain and the deluge coming down. And at a certain point, Chad Fairchild, the crew chief, looked up to the tarp to come onto the field, and that is where we have been over the course of the last 20 minutes. Cooper Boardman back with you. It is Sox Talk. It is whatever you want to talk about. and your Boston Red Sox. 617-779-7993. 617-779-7937. Phone lines are open.
Going. You're right about the weakness in the pitching and when they get shelled. And remember, it's 80 games now, so you, like I, and everyone else have a chance to observe how the pitchers can shift and adjust. Like we've noticed, without the change of pace and no movement or good fastball, each advantage where it would just put too much of a disadvantage on the rest of the team, adding someone like Bronson. And who would you pick if you could pick someone that would just totally lopside everything? The Greek Freak?
Oh, man. So, wait, just slow that. You got to dumb this down for me. Explain your question to me very slowly.
If you have the chance to get, say, Bronson and Boston and establish total devastation and dominance, what's called a monopoly or an uneven advantage, someone like Bronson.
I don't think, and I'm assuming he's saying Jalen Brunson. I got Stiz back inside the studio. It's a little hard to hear. It's raining hard. Did he say Brunson? I think so. All right, I got Stiz in my ear there. Yeah, I think he meant Jalen Brunson. No, I wouldn't do that. Also, they're not going to do that. With Mikal Bridges, like with. I can tell you that the last pitch that Kutter Crawford threw had a spin rate of 2,436 RPMs, and it was an 86.9 mile per hour cutter. And the horizontal break was -2 inches. I have that literally in front of me in the span of 5 seconds. So I promise you that the Red Sox are keeping track of that as well. There's so much that I guess we got the time to do it. Might as well do it. There's so much that goes into deciding whether a guy is in or out, and if you're outing or your numbers or your spin or whatever is exactly the same, that's only half the equation. The other half is how hitters see you. You can still keep pumping 97, 98. Really 95, 96. We're talking about, average starting pitching in Major League Baseball. You can be that guy throwing that hard. close to it. Shoot, Josh Winkowski, basically did it last night. But if you look around baseball, and you go through the American League, and you look at the Yankees have Garrett Cole, and he will get them when healthy 3 times through an order. And Luis Gil has done that for points this year, though he's given up an early run against the Mets. So again, all things to keep in mind as you sit here, Carlin, watch the Red Sox, or Paul, and watch the Red Sox and see it unfold. And tonight's not going to be a night for it, but shoot, Nick Pivetta on Friday night in San Diego. You sit there and you say, all right, it's probably time to pull him. After 2.5 trips through the order, which I know makes people of a certain era of baseball very angry. I understand that. All right, is Sox Talk live from Fenway. At Fenway Park, the tarp is on the field. There is a little bit of rain coming down on the big bean boot tarp. The area behind the dugouts has been pretty much entirely vacated. The spots that are underneath the overhang, stretching from Pesky's pole all the way to the left field foul pole, have people underneath it, and the cloud. And we are on the network. We reach all places, and let's go to Florida. Bob in Florida, you are on the air. Welcome to our rain delay tonight.
Yeah, I just got a question about Bobby Dahlbeck. I like him defensively. The strike zone, he swings at balls and looks at his strikes. Is there anything you can help him with the strike zone? Take your answer off the air. Thank you.
Yeah, Bob, thanks for calling. And obviously we're having a conversation about a guy that again, he's hitting 133 at the major league level. For those who don't know me, I spent a lot of time AAA in Worcester, and so I have had like this front row seat to both sides of this, where I have seen him here at the major league level where he's hitting 133 and striking out 46. Just like you might need a new job out there wherever you are because it's time to go do something else or whatever. Like, because you need a change of scenery. Like, I do think that there is the idea that he could go somewhere else and be good is absolutely there. The issue is for him, and it's just the reality of what this profession is and where the Red Sox are at. Yeah. Is it about his bat at this point? No. Did he play good defense at a time where the Red Sox needed him to play good defense? Absolutely. You think about April and early May when David Hamilton had some struggles at shortstop when Tristan Casas goes down injury-wise. And before the Dominic Smith and Garrett Cooper answers kind
of... Bless you. Hey, have you tried Instacart for spring allergy relief? You can order decongestants, antihistamines, and more through Instacart. From stores like CVS, Walgreens, and Costco, delivered in as fast as 1 hour. Because those red, watery eyes need relief now. And that sneeze means you do not.
Dahlbeck's spot is right now firmly filled by Romy Gonzalez when healthy. Now, there's a reality that Romy has really struggled with some injury over the course of his career. It's one of the reasons why they let him go in Chicago. But shoot, when he's healthy, like he's not only a really nice guy to have on your team, because like ho-hum, it's really nice. He's a really, really good player with his defensive versatility and the way that he hits. I mean, you think about what he does the other night. Runners on second and third, and Romy steps up, and on the first pitch he sees, lines it into center. There is a level of calm, and just getting to know him just a little bit in Worcester, and talking to him about his career, there is always for him been this belief that when he is healthy, good things are going to happen. When he is healthy, he believes not only can he be a major leaguer, he can be a really good major leaguer. And he's the kind of guy point here tonight as the rain falls at Fenway Park. Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays were an inning plus into this ball game, and then the skies opened up, started to rain. They put the bean boot tarp on the field, and we sit and we wait. There was a small pocket where it kind of felt like, all right, maybe this rain is gone, but it is back now with some force. And just giving you the quick look at the radar here. Looks like we've got a band for the next 20 or 30 minutes or so, and then hopefully everything that's coming in from the west, out from Worcester. And 7797937 617-7797937. We're back in a moment, live from Fenway Park in this rain delay on the Shaw's and Star. Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. Boston fans, here for good.
Nothing brings the fans to their feet as when the cleanup hitter comes to the plate. And in Eastern Mass, homeowners react the same way when they see Drains by James pull up to take care of drain or sewer problems, as well as provide money-saving pipe lining solutions. Drains by James covers all the bases when it comes to giving homeowners dependable drain, sewer, and pipe service. Learn more at drainsbyjames.com.
In Abington. Make your home energy efficient in 2024 with Matthews Brothers Windows. Check us out online at capecodlumber.com or visit the CCL showroom in Abington today. We are 100% employee owned and operated.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? On America's birthday weekend, why not stop by America's #1 brakes destination? Right now, you can save 15% when you buy a set of OE quality Duralast pads and
Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball. On WEEI.
Welcome back to rain delay coverage live from Fenway Park. Cooper Boardman here with you. Red Sox and Blue Jays. For one inning into this baseball game on a Wednesday night, and then the rain started to fall, and the rain has not stopped falling here tonight. 93.7 617-7797 93.7, and text line open too if you're into that. 37937. It's okay if you're nervous, but try the call in. We can talk. It'll be fun. Cooper Boardman here with you. Stiz is back inside the flagship. He's told me this was his first rain delay. Welcome, Stiz. It happens a lot. Although this year not as much. Just to paint you the picture here at Fenway Park, under very, very dark skies, puddles starting to accumulate on the top of the Red Sox dugout on the first base side, and in the kind of pool, like a pool of water in the stands as well, kind of going down towards the first base bag, and the big bean boot 93.7. And we're going to Luca. Luca, you are on the air. Welcome to Sox Talk. Welcome to our rain delay.
Hey, Cooper. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you. What
Good.
you got?
How are you? First question for you. You didn't have umpires that we had to call because of the weather. The automatic ball strike system is a thing that has been talked about pretty recently. In the last couple of weeks, the minors changed it to just using the challenge system. What are your thoughts on ABS? Should it come in full force, just challenge, or should we not use it at all?
Totally. Luca, thank you. You'll get me going on this one. So, again, for those who don't know, I last few years and is here now. And so what Luca's talking about there is the difference is, so they play 6-game series in the minors, 3 days a week. We have been doing fully automatic balls and strikes. Every single pitch, ball strike, is called by the robot umpire. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the other 3 days, the umpire's doing the game normal. And then there's a challenge system where each team gets 3 challenges. If you get it right, you keep your challenge. At least in one half of AAA, and it's the half that we're paying attention to with the Red Sox, they're going to a 2-challenge system all the time. And I love it. I'm all in on it. I have nothing but good things to say about it. When this first started, they had some troubles with the zone. They had some troubles with the number of challenges. And I think what we have landed on right now, and we're not going to see this in the big leagues. There have not been official conversations about this, but there have been certainly some things that, there are whispers out there that this would first the human element, the umpire who calls the ball and the strike, and you let the world, kind of rest on all of that. We've had mistakes our whole life, and it's okay. Okay, how could we get rid of that? That's one side of the argument. The other side of the argument is go on Twitter, go on X, go on Instagram. Watch whatever umpire blowing whatever call wrong. Do we accept it, right? I don't think that in football, a guy not being able to get his feet down in time and somebody signaling touchdown is a huge, nobody in football is like, yeah, that's a good thing. The NBA had a huge issue with, late game fouls in slow motion on social media, and what did they do? They provided 1 challenge per game. You get it wrong, you lose it. We're going to save this for the moments that matter. Joe Mazzulla is going to use it in the last 2 minutes or the last 1 minute, and that's what it's for, to rectify what matters the most. 3 challenges to me was too many. You were getting the equivalent of a first quarter challenge or a second quarter challenge. What you have with 2 challenges, and I would even be okay with one challenge is a situation where you have to be intelligent about how you use them. And what it will do is it will keep miles an hour. They're throwing sinkers and they're throwing sliders with 15 inches of horizontal run. Guys are going to get calls wrong. It's going to happen. And we need to put them in a position to get for guys to have a way to fight back against it and to remove the worst calls and the bad calls. Imagine the tennis, situation where, the crowd looks up at the board, you watch that ball fly, in or out, and the whole place reacts. Oh, and that's at Wimbledon. Now imagine it at Fenway Park where we all look up at the board, and you have to imagine this because I promise you it's going to happen in the next few years. We all look up at, the call is made, the guy challenges, we look up at the board, and 40,000 people collectively go, oh, or whatever. There's a level of theater to it, and it is just another kind of emotional deal at a baseball game, and I think it's fun. I think more than anything, everything that you got to go fix is great. Whatever you got to, get the bad calls out of the game. It's the social media aspect of it. It's fun. It's a cool. Process, and there you go. I was about to say that's my 2 cents. That's like my 10 cents, Luca. But thank you for the call. And
Grissom.
Sorry, you said Vaughn Grissom?
Yeah. Well, what's his status?
Working his way back, but not yet ready for the rehab. He's on a running program right now on the hamstring strain, but he is not yet in games.
Because I tell you, I still think this kid good. I just can't see them making the playoffs. I think it's all going to come down to him, and they have to have somebody else besides Houck. I think it's that simple as that this season.
No, I think that's fair, and I appreciate your call. And Tommy, I just one thing on Grissom, and then we'll get to the Bayo. Thing there. I will just say this about Vaughn Grissom, and I think what's hard is if the Red Sox are going to act, think, believe that they're a playoff team, a team that can be in the postseason and make any semblance of noise in the postseason. If that is the world we're going to live in here, it's really hard to factor Vaughn Grissom into the equation as we get to the trade deadline. I mean, he's not out on a minor league rehab yet. It's June 26th. So, even if tomorrow they won't, rolls out of bed and they say, hey, he can go play in games, it's going to be 2 weeks. And, for those who kind of, and I know there's the person out there that's sitting there like, oh, he stinks or whatever. Like, Vaughn Grissom played in 23 major league games. They gave him 9 games on a rehab. His clock ran out. They had to get him up here. And, I remember talking to him in Worcester, I think a week before he came up here for the first time. And he was honest. He was candid. He was like, this is my... And he was honest. He was candid. He was like, this is my spring training. And, he made the best version of him because you didn't get to see him really at all, when he got up to the big leagues. But I do agree with you. They made the deal for a reason. I understand the Chris Sale aspect of it, and I think we got a call on that in just a second here. That it makes it a little bit hard to stomach, but be the best version of himself. Time's going to tell on that, but I don't think the point is bad about Vaughn Grissom. And again, a full version of him before they have to make decisions about, hey, are we bringing in a big right-handed bat? Hey, are we bringing in X, Y, or Z? And it's such a, you can do the calculus so many different ways as we take, every second that goes by, we get closer to the trade deadline here. Into a mental spot that he is good enough to compete, that he is good enough to be the guy that was dominant early in his major league career, was certainly dominant in the minors. But I look back at what Andrew Bailey did in 2020. He 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 with the San Francisco Giants. He inherits a 21-year-old Logan Webb, who had gone 2 years with here, up the slider usage, and all of a sudden Logan Webb is now one of the best pitchers in baseball every 5 days. And, again, that's a different conversation over the course of 3 years than the next 3 weeks with Brian Bayo, but it does speak to guys with similar stuff, guys with, similar situations, similar ages too, right? Webb's 21 when Andrew Bailey first starts working with him. As hard as it has rained here at Fenway, at least that I can remember this year, and maybe in the last year. We had a lot of rain last year. The puddles are beginning to form on the warning track, ranging around the LL Bean Boot tarp, and honestly, it is difficult to see the Citgo sign. the Green Monster in left as the rain continues to pelt its way down. There's lightning overhead. There's baseball weather. Something to be said for that. But again, we will see. All right, we'll keep it on rolling here on the phone lines. And going to Dover. AJ, you are on the air. Welcome to our rain delay here at Fenway Park. AJ. Oh, no. Going once. Oh, we lost him. There goes AJ. I get it. It's raining. Call back, AJ. We got plenty of time. It looks like we're going to be in this for a long 3-7-93-7. And, you know, the question will be about the trade deadline. And, you know, it is funny because, you know, we just talked there about Vaughn Grissom, and we just talked there about Brian Bayo. And both answers about those guys every answer. You know, you look at the Red Sox lineup tonight about the future of a guy like David Hamilton on the infield, the future of Masataka Yoshida, who hit 6. One thing. But another thing on this conversation is, you know, you kind of look at it from the Red Sox perspective, which is, you know, how do you how do you assess what you have internally? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that without knowing, obviously, what the Red Sox are willing to do. But again, it kind of is what it is. But you've got to find a way to supplement this lineup. I think there's pretty much no question. 777-97-93-7-37-93-7 on the text line. And all right, we'll go back to it. I said we could talk about anything. I don't even know what I'm reading here, so I'm going to let Lee just explain it. Lee in Connecticut, welcome. You are on the air on our rain delay.
Thank you.
Now I got a baseball reference it. I'm going to guess it was 360 something. I don't know. Let's see. There's somebody out here saying you're on the radio talking about the Red Sox and you don't know Ted Williams' lifetime batting average. I apologize. 344 per Stiz. Wow, that's actually way lower than you would have thought. Imagine he had 254 in 1950. Sit here in a 0-0 game in the second inning of this ball game. We are back in a moment, live with you on the Charlton Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool's been put away. Now's the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. Switch today. With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See
new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check out
Free Network.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. Therapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months. Everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866 Skyrizi to learn more.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built, buy, or lease your new Ford truck.
Have you been putting off new windows for your home? Now is the time to visit CCL in Abington. We've partnered with Matthews Brothers in Maine to bring you the best in windows. Matthews Brothers has been making windows since 1854. Come check out our line of wicked awesome windows from Matthews Brothers at CCL in Abington. Make your home energy efficient in 2024 with Matthews Brothers Windows. Check us out online at capecodlumber.com or visit the CCL showroom in Abington today.
In a rain delay, but you probably knew that already. Still with us tonight on the network, it is Sox Talk, TM Sox Talk, as rain falls here at Fenway, and we have been in a rain delay for right around, I don't know, an hour or so. I'll give you the official number in just a second, but we sit and we wait and we just stare at the tarp. That's kind of like what you do here. It's been right around 45 minutes or so. Pause this game for the moment, and those still here have taken refuge under the stands as well, and so they're in a dry spot, and then the puddles are pooling in the seats and the aisles that are exposed to the elements, and we sit and we wait and we talk to you, most importantly. It really is special to do but last year, by the end of this, like, I was sick of it. No offense to you, because we had so many of these Sox talks. Now we're like, all right, let's just do it. 617-779-9337. And, all right, let's go to Blair in Maine. Blair, you are on the air. Welcome to our rain delay here at Fenway Park.
It can't be any worse. I gotta say, they gotta get out of this slump of before you let me go. For a couple things is, let's get out of the rain delay, and let's hope for a win tonight, and let's also hope for a win tomorrow, because I believe they play tomorrow night too, right?
Off tomorrow, San Diego Friday.
Oh, it's San Diego Friday, day off tomorrow?
Yep. Your last 10. They have one of the best records in baseball in June. You call in May, you say they're in a slump. That's one thing. But Red Sox are playing good ball right now. They're playing their best ball of the year. I mean, it's offense. Your last 10. They have one of the best records in baseball in June. You call in May, you say they're in a slump. That's one thing. But Red Sox are playing good ball right now. They're playing their best ball of the year. I mean, this offense has been the best offense in baseball in June by a lot of metrics. Pitching has been very good from the beginning until now. So, it's okay. This team is playing great right now, and that third wild card spot is just fine for right now. Do you feel like you can track down Minnesota in the second wild card spot? Yeah, but you're talking about a situation right. 51-26. Just for reference, the Red Sox came into the night at 43 wins. So the Guardians and the Yankees have won 50 plus. And then the Orioles are the third best team in the American League with 49 wins. Mariners are in the conversation, but there is a big gap between the top three teams. And really the two that matter to you, in Red Sox Nation, the Yankees and the Orioles, there's a big gap right now between, those two and where the Red Sox are right now. And, gets their bye. Everybody else, as the thunder made me jump out of my seat, everybody else, the one in these two seeds get the bye. Everybody else out of that wild card ends up in a wild card 3-game series. So even if you're the number one wild card team, you're still in the same 3 games. And 617-779-7937. There is what feels like the makings of a hurricane right now going on at Fenway Park. This is rain delay coverage. I'm Cooper Boardman with you. Red Sox and Blue Jays frozen in time in the second inning of this ball game. And all right, we're going to Worcester. Walter in Worcester. Welcome. To our rain delay coverage.
Hey, Coop, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Walter?
Well, Jones is always, he just seems to be negative, and always trying to look at things, I guess, a reporter would do. But, they had Cora on, and Cora was talking about, liking it here in Boston, and then, of course, right away they go to get, but, he wanted to get in the offers. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Cora's gone from Boston. I think sometimes
the rain over there or the rain over here, but whatever, that happens. I imagine he was going to ask who are the guys from Worcester that you would say really do jump out. And I'll give you a few real quick, and then we'll get to the Alex Cora thing that you were talking about. Walter, thanks again. I think first of all, Cooper Criswell's down there. That's a little bit of a cop-out answer because he's already been up here. Sure. Richard Fitz and the development that he has taken, right now they're still at a point where there's some inconsistency in the velocity with him, and he's on a weighted ball program and an arm strengthening program to be a guy of this Red Sox season so far is Brian Mata. And, for those who don't know, Brian Mata, who has been, I think he has been on the Red Sox 40-man roster since 2020. Maybe 2021, and he is yet to make, obviously, his major league debut. Big, hard-throwing right-hander, 98 miles. Enormous amount of talent. When you have a guy who has that much talent and you have the pitching development program that is in place, I really do believe in him, and I would be very interested to see what these next few weeks, like I'm talking near future, look like for him. Few other names just to keep kind of in the back of your mental Rolodex. Out of the bullpen, Bailey Horn, who was a guy who was claimed from Chicago, or who they got from Chicago. Who has thrown the ball really, really good, and Lucas Litke, who has thrown the ball really, really good, and Lucas Litke, who's had a lot of major league success, has become a very, very trusted source in terms of about Jamie Westbrook. Nick Sogard, too, is Eric Sogard's cousin. Anyway, there's a lot of Worcester there. I'm sure some people are, you go in and out on that. But Walter, thank you for the call. The one thing about Alex Cora, and then we'll get to the rest of your calls, 617-7797-93.7, 617-7797-93.7, as we sit and wait for the rain to stop. Perhaps it is raining again. It's like insane how hard it's raining right now. So, again, Red Sox and Blue Jays are in the second inning of this game, as we have been for about an hour now. What Alex Cora The only thing you need to know about Alex Cora's situation is what happened this offseason. He gets $8 million a year at 5 years. $40 million from the Chicago Cubs. And that right there says his relationship with Craig Breslow. And those things matter. Those things have value. But when Craig Counsell got the money that he did from the Chicago Cubs, that changed everything on the manager market. It changed absolutely everything in terms of the way that managers are viewed. In terms of what managers deserve, in terms of the way that it's all, that it all comes down here. And so, again, that's
bullpen. Alex Cora went back and forth 3 or 4 times. I think they're probably deciding the agreed upon off day or whether they want to play a doubleheader in August when the clubs come. I think. We matched up the schedules. August 1st, September 5th are a couple days that have mutual off days. So I think that was probably the haggling that was going on. But we are not going to play any more baseball. We know that. The bullpens have been summoned in. The Red Sox going to will make an official announcement. But Alex Cora just came back from the Blue Jays dugout, and he made the call to the bullpen. So we've been around this thing enough to know that that is that.
Sounds good. Will, thank you. And we'll talk to you on Friday.
Beautiful.
See you right. And again, we were waiting official word, but as Will just told you, I think like Alex Cora waved to the fans too while he was getting soaked in the rain on his walk to the dugout. So we will wait. We will step aside here on the network and say goodnight here on the network and then rejoin you and wrap things up as well. But that is it for tonight on the network. This game appears to have been postponed as the bullpens run their way in from the outfield. For Will Fleming and Joe Castiglione, for Doug here, I'm Cooper Boardman. We'll continue the conversation on the other side here locally on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Holy cow!
110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. Arbella, here for baseball fans, here for good. Brought to you by AZEK Exteriors. Visit www.azekexteriors.com. Mike's Amazing, the official mayo and mustard of the Boston Red Sox.
And it's gone!
Citgo. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Sponsored by DigSafe. Call 811 before you dig or visit digsafe.com. Drain 811 before you dig or visit digsafe.com. Drains by James, Eastern Massachusetts leader in drain cleaning and pipelining.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Hire Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Cars for Kids. Old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-800 America's largest injury law firm. Cars for Kids. Old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS today. Subaru of New England loves spring in the all-wheel drive 2024 Subaru Forester. Verizon, the network Boston relies on.
Long gone into the monster seats.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorites.
This is Red Sox Review, and it starts right now. Here's your host, Cooper Boardman, on WEEI.
Welcome back to Fenway Park. Cooper Boardman here with you. Appears as though the Red Sox and the Blue Jays are here at Fenway. I'm Cooper Boardman with you here locally, 617-779-7990. And Zach Coe back inside the flagship, Doug Lane here, and the Red Sox and the Blue Jays continue to wait for, something that is probably not coming here tonight. And again, we were just over an inning into this game of a scoreless game between the Sox and the Blue Jays. Kutter Crawford started. He got 3 outs in the first inning. He got 1 out and said no more of all of this. So again, we're with you. This is, I guess, officially Red Sox Review. Let's get you what you needed from the Nissan postgame show. Hurry in. Epic offers are going fast at the Nissan Thrill of Summer Sales event. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com. Red Sox tonight had one trip to the plate offensively. Jarren Duran grounded back to the pitcher. Does not mean that they got no hit, but we do remind you that, and certainly the last 2 nights have given us enough of these for all of us, that for every double the Red Sox hit, we'll donate $50 to the American Diabetes Association, brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. If you need health insurance postponed, he strikes out 2. He did, a couple of walks, one to Guerrero on a 3-2 pitch, and then one to Schneider in the rain on a 3 2 pitch, but he struck out 2, and the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. 2 strikeouts would mean $100 to the Jimmy Fund. Help $100 to the Jimmy Fund. Help strike out cancer. Arbella is here for the Jimmy Fund and here for the Sox, because you're basically waiting for something, anything, to figure out your rotation. You've got Nick Pivetta on Friday here at Fenway Park against the Padres. You'll have Saturday. Sunday's going to be Josh Winkowski. Brian Bayo, they want to skip his turn in the rotation. Cooper Criswell could come up from AAA if need be, but on USA.com. Okay, let's go back to the phone line, 617-779-7937, 617-779-7937, and I think we can go to AJ in Dover now. We lost him in the last one, but I'm told he's on. AJ, do we have you?
Mine are Snell, Montgomery, George Soler. Maybe in hindsight, the way they're doing this year, it doesn't look so bad to just let the young guys play, and then, maybe they'll adjust their mindset and do a little adding at the deadline. There's really no excuse with the big market that they're in the series, and I'm just want to see what your thoughts on that are, and maybe they were a little bit smart to not go splurging.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And AJ, thank you very much for the call all the way from Dover. And, it is funny, right? Because, it was an offseason characterized because, I think, to me, and this isn't the most surprising thing in the world, I think you miss spring training, you're putting yourself well behind the 8 ball. And those guys who held out, you're seeing worse versions of themselves. Blake Snell is back on the IL. I do think that you can run into a fallacy with things like that, because if you put Blake Snell, they looked at the guys they had. They felt like they could develop him, so they didn't have to spend money on Montgomery or Snell. There's one name to me, and it's not. Soler would have been great, and obviously you would love to have his power inside in this lineup. And again, I know that he is not having this otherworldly year. You're talking about a guy who had 36 last year and this year has an OPS under 700. The guy to me that I just cannot get out of wanted to play here, who wanted to be here, who was good enough, who certainly, at least on paper, you felt like could be a guy who could be here. He has been on the record saying that he wanted the Red Sox and they weren't willing to offer him what the Dodgers offered him. And you look at this Red Sox team, and what's the thing? I think number one is a right-handed power bat, and the difference is now you have to give up something that the Red Sox don't want to give up, which is prospect capital. Whereas Teoscar Hernandez signs with the Dodgers, yes, to win, but it was a 1-year, $23.5 million deal. It's a lot of money. It's more money than Welcome to our rain delay coverage here from Fenway.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, just dandy. What you got?
So, I know there's been a lot of talks with some trade deadline stuff. Who would you think, and you've probably said this before, but who would you think that we'd be able to give up?
Instacart shopper thoughts. Avocado edition.
If I had a time machine, I wouldn't go back in time to ride a dinosaur or hang out with George Washington.
Right? If that's going to be the case, I think, first of all, Tyler O'Neill's not going anywhere. The idea that Kenley Jansen could go somewhere, I don't think is unreasonable. I think the Red Sox believe in their pitching development, and if somebody is willing to spend on a closer, I do think that might be a guy that is somewhat worth. And again, there's an optic side of that, right? It's the trade deadline stunned silence in the clubhouse that we've seen over for someone who could get you value. I don't think that's unreasonable. The issue with the Kenley trade is, and we were talking about this in the booth the last couple of days here, is who's trading for a closer? Well, contenders, and they're not going to necessarily give you a bat that's a major league bat to give you that back. So then it's okay, you're going to give Kenley for prospects, and then you have to trade for somebody to either replace him or bolster this team and change. I don't think that the Red Sox will give up the prospect capital that it will take to get the top bats. I don't think that they're going to give up the prospect capital without a 10 game above 500 run here. I don't think they give up the prospect capital to go get Luis Robert or Pete Alonso. You talk about Pete Alonso being linked to the Mariners for example. And then you start to think about, what do the Mariners have to offer? And what would the Red Sox have to stack up against an offer? The Mariners could go give you rotation, and because the Mariners have so much pitching depth that they're able to have him at AAA. They could give you that and then more. And I just don't think that the Red Sox, that would be the Red Sox equivalent of giving up one of their top three guys in Tealmeyer and Anthony. I just it just wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. It wouldn't make a lot of sense based on, if we're trying to parse through what the conversations have been. He's not even the best guy that they would have available on their roster in Taylor Ward, but he is the kind of guy that would make a lot of sense from the right-hand side, who's got some infield versatility. But then he's taking away at-bats from Manuel Valdez. He's taking at-bats away from David Hamilton. And again, that's the reality of all of that. Again, we're here at Fenway Park. Cooper Boardman live with you. Red Sox and Blue Jays are currently in a rain delay. No official word on a potential postponement, although it does feel like that is coming relatively soon. It has been raining hard. So long. It is still raining hard for so long. There are puddles out behind second base now on either side of the tarp. There are puddles on the next line is at 3.7, 93.7. And, I again, you just look at where we are at. The Blue Jays tomorrow play tomorrow. So the Red Sox can't play this game, so we're thinking, at some point they'll find a mutual off day, or when the Blue Jays come back here in late August. So we will sit and we will wait and we will wonder, and we will give you answers as soon as we in late August. So we will sit and we will wait and we will wonder, and we will give you answers as soon as we have them. For now, we'll step aside just real quick, and we'll come back with our latest update weather-wise, and we'll talk to you again. 617-7797-93.7, 37937. Back in a moment. This is Red Sox Review and Sox Talk here on WEEI.
Jones and Mego.
I've been a little bit out of the wedding reps. Going into it, I was like, am I going to know how to pace my...
Jones and Mego, afternoons 2 to 6 on New England Sports Original. WEEI. WEEI.
I'm Mark.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts.
Our negative thoughts can stick with us, so we all have something to get off our chest. Therapy is a safe space to share whatever's weighing you down, so you can get some relief. And find a solution. BetterHelp offers professional, affordable online therapy on a flexible schedule. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right?
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better claim,
Save on weekly essentials for the whole family with P&G and Dollar General. Spend less on everything, from laundry day to your night routine, with huge deals on the brands you love, like Tide, Crest, Pampers, and more. Stop by your local DG today.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Whether you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, relief and remission can be real with Entyvio. Join the more than 250,000 people who have been prescribed Entyvio and discover how Entyvio could help you at Entyvio.com. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment.
weather girl. And have we got news for you?
Oh man, well, it's not raining men, but it is raining everything else here at Fenway Park. Good job, Zach Coe. He delivers once again on the music choice. Cooper Boardman back live with you. We have a is not soon. August 26th at 2:05 p.m. Monday, August 26th at 2:05 p.m. Red Sox and Blue Jays will play once again and pick up this game from where it was one out with a runner on in the second inning. So the game has been suspended. Tonight between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, and we will take you up for just a little while longer on the Nissan postgame show. Hurry in. Game of the year in Baltimore. Padres 8-5 over the Nationals. Dylan Cease struck out 9 in that one in San Diego. Angels beat the Athletics 5-2 on a bases-clearing double from Zach Neto. Brewers 6-5 over the Rangers in Milwaukee on a walk-off swing in the 10th inning. Royals 5-1 over the Marlins in KC, 5 runs in the 8th inning. Angel Zerpa gets the win in that one. Astros 7-1 over the Rockies. And the Mariners on a Cal Raleigh home run beat the Rays 5-2, 3-run shot from Raleigh in that one. Yankees and Mets are in a rain delay, and if they're rain is anything like ours, it will be over there soon as well. In the bottom of the 5th inning, it is 4-0 Mets against Luis Gil and the Yankees. Mike's Amazing Player of the Game is the grounds crew. Brought to you by Mike's Amazing, the official mayo and mustard of the Boston Red Sox, who got the tarp on the field very quickly and got us here in this suspended game due to the forecast for rain tonight. So again, Red Sox and Blue Jays, the game has been suspended tonight, August 26th. At 2:05 p.m. We will pick this game up here at Fenway Park, and that's the next time the Blue Jays come here to Boston to finish out the season series. From San Diego to here, 7:10 is the first pitch on Friday night, and we are 6:10 on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Randy Vasquez, former Yankee, for the Padres against Nick Pivetta, who is 4-4 with a 4.06. Once again, you've been listening to the Nissan postgame show. Hurry in. Epic offers are going fast. USA.com. Cooper Boardman here with you as we wrap things up here from Fenway Park. Again, if you're just joining us, Red Sox and Blue Jays are suspended tonight. Game will resume on Monday, August 26th at 2:05 p.m. We played one full inning of this game. We got two batters into the second inning, and after strikeout of George Springer and a 6-pitch walk to Davis Schneider from Kutter Crawford. The rain was just Red Sox batted in their half of the first inning. Ground out by Jarren Duran, ground out by David Hamilton, a walk by Willie Abreu, and then a ground out to Rafi Devers. And that adds up to what is, again, a suspended game tonight between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. And now, you start to look forward. The good news is we didn't have to pick this game back up, and so it's very good news for the Red Sox in the pitching department. They get tomorrow to kind of take a breath and figure it out. Cooper Criswell was slated to start for AAA Worcester tonight, or tomorrow. Brian Mata as well, so we'll see maybe if one of those two guys end up in a changing situation there. I don't think they'll need to do that though, because Kutter Crawford did not pitch very much, and Josh Winkowski, who was supposed to pitch Sunday, that might change. But again, we will see how all of that unfolds. And Padres today beat the Nationals 8-5. Red Sox will play this weekend series. They will get a situation where they get the Padres Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They get Monday off again. And then three in Miami against the Marlins before 3 in the Bronx against the Yankees. So, you've got basically tonight ends up as we'll keep it rolling. Earlier on today, Alex Cora joined us on these airwaves on Jones Mego with Arcan and talking a little bit of everything. .2:05 p.m. Let us now hear Alex Cora earlier on today with Jones Mego and Arcan.
Alex Cora, how are we doing this week?
Doing good, doing good.
You guys have been hot prior to last night anyway, which is where I want to start. That third inning seemed to snowball a little bit on Bayo. You look at Tanner Houck, phenomenal year. .218 ERA, Kutter Crawford 3.59, Nick Pivetta 4.06, Bayo's at 5.55. How do you get him more in line with those other guys?
Yeah, in the zone, induce to weak contact, be more efficient, and we've been talking about this for 3 weeks now, right? Stuff is great, we're not efficient, and we're gonna make an adjustment. We're gonna push him back, give him kind of like a breather. Instead of starting on Sunday, he'll start Wednesday in Miami, so we can do some work on the side. Instead of one bullpen, probably throw two, and hopefully we can accomplish something this week.
So what specific? I know you're working on throwing more strikes, but what specifically are you having him focus on? Or
this guy out in 3 pitches. If you throw 2 balls, right away, then you fail. So kind of like create an environment that we challenge him to be more aggressive in the strike zone, and hopefully we can accomplish. Like I said, this guy is very important for us, not only now but in the future. And obviously the emotional part, we have talked about it. He's done a lot better the last 2, but now we got to get back to be aggressive in the zone. And if it's a lot easier to communicate, right? Just walking through the outing, I think that's the most important thing. Kind of like detach the emotion from what really happened. And when you do that the next day, or you do it 2 days later, he is a lot easier, right? And then, you turn the page and be ready for the next one.
you guys are 6 games over 500, 43-37. Mention you are in the number 3 wild card spot right now, so certainly in the playoff mix, month out from the trade deadline. It's been a while since. Has anyone from ownership or management approached you about an extension?
No, and this is something I told them right before the first pitch in Seattle, that I don't want to talk about the contract or whatever situation during the season, respecting the fact that we came from, we finished the last 2 years. No, we're not talking about the contract.
All right, and just so we get this right, when we put it out on social media and everything, you told them this preemptively. They didn't come to you and you said, no, I don't want to talk about it.
No, I told them before the.
You told them before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, looking ahead now, Jarren Duran is someone who went 0 for 5 last night. Do you think maybe you got to talk to him, get warmed up a little? Bit.
Maybe. You still have to work with him because, as you know, he's very emotional. It's a full speed, but maybe. You still have to work with him because, as you know, he's very emotional. It's a full speed, but yesterday he put a good swing in the first one. Our voice here. We got the guy at third base that leads by example. He's going to hit 30, driving 120, and hit 280. But somebody in the clubhouse needs to step up, and this is not not only for this year, this for the future. We've been talking about the prospects coming up in a few years, right? The three amigos in Portland, right? And there's more, actually. So when they get here, we don't have that void, or the organization doesn't have that void, right? They need somebody in the clubhouse that can help them to be better, and I think Jaron can do that.
So this echoes something you said earlier this week, and we're joined by the manager of the Red Sox, Alex Cora, here on Jones and Mego with Arcand on WEEI. You said he can be that guy. Why is he the choice? I know you said Devers the lead by example guy.
He got here, the way he went, and I think those experiences have made him a better player, a better person. Leadoff guy that produces, that plays every day, it's funny because when I play here, I was a utility guy. Oh, he's a leader. I'm like, no, I'm not a leader. I'm the 25th man on the roster. I'm doing my part to help everybody to be better, but it's not that I call meetings and all that, but it feels like right now, let's say, they need a team meeting or players only meeting, he can run that one. He can tell, hey, let's talk about this stuff. And it's just in the back. My boys, I just got a video. They're at Babson College with Matt Noon in his baseball camp. And Xander, who's a left-hander, he hits it and flips the bat. I'm like, well, you got to go,
Xander, I like it.
You can flip the bat, but you got to go, right? Like, not too many guys at this level hit a pop at third base. Arenado loses it in sun and gets to third base. Not everybody hits a pop-up to third base and gets to second base. Players now, and we got all the lefties out there, so hopefully we can score runs.
How would you say you have a good relationship with Craig Breslow? It's been ongoing throughout the course of the year. Would you say it's
been good, solid? Yeah.
So do you have the kind of relationship where it's the deadline in a month, and you can go to him and say, hey, Craig, I think we need this.
Brother called me yesterday. What are you guys doing? And I'm like, I'm not asking you. I don't ask you about the Tigers, right? They're like, respect my space, right? But those conversations are going to happen. One thing for sure, and you said it best, is the third wildcard spot, right? There's a lot of teams around it. Let's shoot for more. There's a few teams ahead of us.
Well, with that in mind, the last couple of trade deadlines, it seems like the clubhouse was pretty vocal about the fact they wanted things to happen. Xander, Rafael, you had guys speaking up. You spoke up. Everybody sort of had things to say about that. And I always wondered how you navigate between wanting to add to the team but also putting faith in the guys you have in the locker room. Where's sort of the line there?
You know what they do? They play hard. They just keep going. They lose 4 in a row. They just keep going. They're in a point in their career that they're establishing themselves as big leaguers. So they don't have time to be thinking about if we get this guy, if we get that guy. Obviously, the veterans, yeah, they always talk about it, but I think we're young enough that whatever happens in a month and a half, we're going to be fine. We're going to keep playing good.
No other manager has done before for the Red Sox.
Big question.
And how has it made your team stronger?
Man, there's been some great managers in this organization, from Tito, John Warner World Series, Jimmy Williams was great. So I don't know. I just probably that I'm bilingual, probably.
There you go.
That's a good
bilingual,
one.
right?
Yeah,
Communication with the guys, having that one-on-one conversation with Christian Vasquez and it's in Spanish. So there's no in between with the translation. Sloppy.
You're talking to define sloppy.
You're talking to two radio hosts.
No, but like they'll go by my office. I'm like, man, I remember the days with the Dodgers. I played for the Dodgers, right, early in my career, and this is from Dodger Town in Vero Beach, Florida, all the way to Los Angeles. Collar shirts, slacks, dress shoes, and ripped jeans.
Nice.
And had a
Who's the worst defender?
There were a lot of them.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna point them out. Yeah, some of them actually. They're not here anymore. But I had a conversation with some veterans, and not here anymore. But I had a conversation with some veterans, and we came to the conclusion. The first trip, it was from San Luis. Yeah, that's what it's all about, and staff, right? So, they show up in their sports coats, some of them in suits and all that. I think it helped. With that transition, the whole veteran and rookie thing, veterans now are buying clothes for them like back in the day. And that's something that it helps. And
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful.
Whether you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, relief and remission can be real with Entyvio. Join the more than 250,000 people who have been prescribed Entyvio.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon?
Something amazing is happening when power outages strike. Teams
At At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission.
At Penn Foster, you can earn your high school diploma online, on your time, and on your budget. You can start your education when you're ready. You can balance school with your life and your
I'm Brett Boone from the Brett Boone Podcast. Every week we look at the state of Major League Baseball, which teams are exceeding expectations, which ones are struggling to meet them. Follow and listen.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that.
Roto-Rooter. Plumbing problem? No match for a little DIY duct tape. Shoot, hold on. Nope. There we go. No match for a little... dang it, wait.
This summer, Instacart presents famous summer flavors coming to your front door. Or pool. Or hotel.
Your grocery delivery has arrived, sir.
That was fast. Faster than room service.
No violence in the lobby.
Oh, seriously? Anyway, sit back, relax, and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Starring your favorite snacks, drinks, and more.
This is a WEEI late night replay. The best of the day from the Greg Hill Show on WEEI.
Sam, I got to tell you, I'm glad you're back. I know Alex Cora said the 6 a.m. show can be tough, so we appreciate your we appreciate your tenacity. I feel like we're teddy bears.
Really fun to see and rewarding, and just a credit to everybody down there. Been really great. We've got a long way to go, but we're feeling good about the last couple of weeks. That's for sure. Especially when you're playing good baseball against teams like the Yankees and the Phillies and Toronto. So we got to keep it going.
Talking about it earlier, Sunday night, this team did something that I believe has only been done 10 times.
It's been kind of the hallmark of the team. It's who we are. I think it defines this group, and it's really a fun brand of baseball. And I think people really recognize what's happening over here at Fenway, and so it's exciting to see these guys come into their own and play with the confidence and energy and enthusiasm that
not elsewhere. Does that hurt you to hear that Alex Cora is saying that, or is that just the mind of a manager and someone being upfront with someone they respect?
Well, look, there's no more supportive manager of his players than Alex, and I think everybody recognizes the contributions that Justin Turner made while he was here. In a short time, people fell in love with him, and when guys move on, you want to be supportive. But look, Alex Cora.
Fans would like to know kind of where his future is at, and whether or not it is the intention of this team to keep him here. Are you guys internally saying we want to do everything that we want to do to keep him, or is that a decision that, from your perspective, might be up to Alex? Cora at the end of this season?
Well, look, the decision around the manager rests with the general manager. We've been clear about that, and just cannot say enough about how Alex is handled that, the staff has handled that, and how Brez has handled it. They're building their relationship, and conversations about Alex's future will be held at the appropriate time between those two guys, and we'll leave it at that. But just really appreciate how everybody's handled it.
Sam, I totally hear you, and you've been and it's not what they want when it comes to spending. Why am I wrong in having that opinion given those events?
Well, look, it's the opinions and narrative and feel is that's nothing that we can control. That's something that you put out there, you put out there, or others put out there. The simple truth is that we have a incredibly in playing a great brand of baseball, and the only way for the Red Sox ownership and management and leadership for me in our role is to do the right things that lead to competitive teams that are playing in the postseason and winning World Series championships. That's all that matters. That's the goal. World Series championships. That's all that matters. That's the goal. That's always been the goal. to win a championship. And that's what we need to do here. And it's just been an amazing time in Boston. Congrats to the Celtics. Wick and Steve and the whole team over there just did an amazing job. And it's been an incredible era in Boston sports, and it continues. And so we need to get the Red Sox back to where they belong. Stakes, 2.5 decades here. There's been some high highs and some low lows. We understand that people are going to be upset and frustrated. That's what makes us the best baseball market in the country. We accept that. We acknowledge it. We own it. And we just have to get back where we belong. And everything else will take care of itself.
Sam, I just would say, though, you weren't asked questions about the investment in the team in 2018. In July 31st, Craig Breslow and the organization will be unwilling to part with prospects because they don't believe this team is capable of winning a World Series. That was never the narrative for you or the organization back 5 years ago because they saw it.
Yeah, that narrative existed prior to 2008. I can remember some really difficult narratives and off seasons around 2014 and 15. Game. There's a narrative out there when you're not getting it done and you're not playing in the postseason that it's either attributable to a lack of focus and you're involved as you just said or someone just said in soccer and golf. For whatever, that we understand that. We accept that. That's fair criticism. We got to get back there. Full stop. That's on us. That's on Red Sox ownership and management and John and Tom and Mike, myself, Brez. We need to get back there.
Tristan Cassis is targeting July 2nd as a return date. But I think the real question is, did he get his dad's permission to tell that Little League story on ESPN the other night?
I was going to say, I don't know that we most interesting person in baseball. It was fun to watch, and it was great to hear and great to get that type of access and insight into our players. And my gut tells me in 2025 he might be the star of the Netflix show. We'll have to see here.
Yeah. Sam, do you at
times feel like that the Red Sox organization and when you look at what you're doing with this team and where you are, you're only $20 million away from where you was in 2020. won when you made it to the ALCS. So do you feel like there's a lot of unfair criticism?
Sam, by the way, that spring training bag of merch that you gave Wiggy it really paid off. I don't know if you've done.
We understand it goes with the territory. Is it frustrating? Does it? I think the thing that hurts criticism, and being held to the absolute highest standard goes with the territory, and that's Boston. So. We understand it goes with the territory. Is it frustrating? Does it? I think the thing that hurts the most, and it's on us, because we haven't been where we want to be in terms of playing baseball in October the last two seasons. The only way is to change that, is to do the right things, to build the type of baseball operation that we believe we're building with this group of players, and get back to where we belong. We have to do that, and we're going to do that. We understand it. So it's the criticism and the narrative and all that goes with the territory, and we accept that.
When Red Sox fans read that and they see that they're paying the highest ticket prices in baseball, that's where you get the narrative. That isn't something I said or Greg said. That's something that John Henry said.
Yeah, actually, an accurate review of what he said was that the team that fans expect to win it every year, and they should expect to win every year. That's what we're here for. And when we don't, when we fall, we understand there's going to be criticism. We play in a city with the best fan base in all of baseball, and I can tell you from spending 23 years with John Henry, he loves this city. He loves the Boston market. He was in, like me and others, we were in other markets. And he loves this team. We've been to the mountaintops, and we're hungry for more, and that starts with John Henry.
Sam, just to be clear and go back to the Justin Turner comments, so you don't believe that Alex Cora or anybody in the front office didn't expect that this team was good enough to win a championship this year? Because that's what it kind of sounded like between the conversation.
Listen, like that on his all player Zooms, and listen, when you're the manager of the Boston Red Sox, you're doing everything you can to win every single night, and that's what Alex is about. He's also about supporting his players, and that's really, really important.
Share a toast during Only Want to Be With You. All right?
Not hold my hand?
Not hold my hand is another great one, too.
No, I'd rather hold Wiggy. He's hand.
That's fair.
Yeah, he's in. All right, Sam, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
WEEI.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card.
Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Plus, if your shades go MIA or take a hit, don't sweat it. Shady Rays has lost your broken protection so you're covered from day one. Exclusively for our listeners, go to shadyrays.com and use code NOW50 for 50%.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means your business success is our business success. Own your skill, own your goals, own.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that.
Get Bosch Pure Vision wiper blades, buy one, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts, in-store only. We'll install them for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What health coverage do I qualify for? When is my next DHS appointment? You have questions about your Medicaid SNAP or RI Works benefits, and now you can get answers with the Healthy Road mobile app. Search for Healthy RHODE.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric. Ooh la la. It's
With the new Target Circle card, save 5% more your way every day. Credit, debit, or reloadable. You save that extra 5% every single day. See program rules in-store or at target.com/circlecard for details. Restrictions apply.
Raising Cane's iced tea is the official iced tea of me, iced tea. Now, I've heard some people don't order iced tea with their box combos. I've also heard some people spontaneously combust. Sip on that for a while. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
At Navigant Credit Union, our customers are our owners, which means when the community thrives, we thrive. Let's make your goals a reality. Own your mission. your credit union. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
By the way, your chance to join the expanded field for the 3rd annual Numbnuts Invitational coming up in 10 minutes. We have added foursomes at Granite Links, and they are available to you should you be willing to make a donation to the Greg Hill Foundation. And we added this element last year, and it is back by popular demand. And so great lifetime private golf course member Chris Curtis will be celebrated once again at Granite Links, and we're going to do the show there on July 23rd.
I had no idea that when you went to a golf course, you had to pay anything. I swear to God.
So in 10 minutes, 9 minutes, you could go to thegreghillfoundation.org. Wait a minute. Actually, I think, do we have a specific URL, Courtney? We have also a limited edition, unbelievable Numbnuts merch item that will be given to you if you golf and available at retail.
When you Google it, I want to say what else comes up, but it just says Numbnuts Invitational, Numbnuts Golf.
It is classy.org/event/Numbnuts Invitational.
Instacart shopper thoughts.
How do they know exactly when this milk will expire? Does a milk sommelier take a sip and just no? Am I knocking on this melon to check its freshness or because I want to play the bongos? A little of both. Does bagging groceries teach you patience? Yes.
You. This is Bill. Hello, Bill.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up, Bill?
Okay, I'm the guy that called in a few years ago. Backstone got run over by a Raider. That's my song.
Oh, right.
So I was invited back to the unit here. So as far as Aura,
You're going to sit here and tell me that when it comes to managing and coaching in game, that what Joe Mazzulla does has more influence than what Alex Cora does? I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't
all
buy
day
it.
long. Yep.
I don't believe Shime said it to you before. I don't believe that. I think that the job of a manager in Major League Baseball is more difficult than that of and that
job after they
because
lost.
their only job was to motivate and get people playing on the same wavelength, and that
If he doesn't matter, if Joe Mazzulla doesn't matter, then when
he does.
In game doesn't. matter. The managing of egos matter.
No, in-game does matter.
In-game was the most important thing because they
he
lost
couldn't
last
figure out
season.
his first season.
Right. Well, I mean,
He couldn't
timeouts
figure out
seemed
how
to be a
find
tough thing, but
gotta
once he
call
got that,
timeout.
then
He
he figured
played
it out.
zone. He did
I'm
a
just
great.
saying, if we're saying that, for basketball, it doesn't really matter.
Well, that was
We're not
Marcus.
saying
That was
that.
Marcus Smart who was.
Game, you make more in-game adjustments as a basketball coach than you do as a baseball manager, and you're more impactful in-game as a basketball.
That's not true.
There it
Like you
is.
sit there, if
gotta
you're
be able to-
Joe Mazzulla, you know exactly who your 5 starters are. You know that for the whole regular season, unless there's an injury.
All right,
Alex.
much.
No.
It doesn't change that much in baseball. And when you start to look at some of the
And
hey,
Mazzulla could change starters if you wanted. Like
Right.
last year, I was on the.
Does a batting order change?
and baseball
based on which arm the pitcher is throwing with?
It
Relief
doesn't.
pitchers.
It doesn't change that much.
Okay.
The batting on. You'll
You
insert a
guys
few
think,
guys
you
here
think
and there.
Mazzulla could bench Jason Tatum and just say,
I'm
okay.
not saying Jason Tatum,
Right.
but last season I wanted Derek White out there instead of Marcus Smart, and I think that would have worked. You try to argue it back, then Curtis turns it around and makes it like you brought it up.
Well, you just said that Mazzulla should have
You
been
just said he brought it up.
right.
Like you have to explain it to Wiggy.
He did.
Wiggy thinks gaslighting.
You can shake your hands all you want, Curtis, back there, but you brought it up. We were just trying to argue back.
Wiggy thinks gaslighting.
Once again,
Wiggy thinks gaslighting is something you do at a bar with a lighter.
Yeah.
Also, what's the problem?
Him, and then I said, "Do you think Cora would bench Devers?" No, it would be stupid.
We got to take a break. We'll work this out.
I mean, how many times do they play small?
It's
small
not working
ball?
it out. It's fine if we disagree on something.
Yeah,
but
right.
it
we
doesn't
all
mean
disagree.
Curtis,
The
you're
only
always
one
right.
that complains about
You're
it
the
is
smartest
you.
guy I know, but you don't.
Courtney,
get to
do you
preach
hear
about
what
it
I'm saying?
always.
You're the only person that complains about disagreements. Nobody else does.
Because you come off like a dink, like
Nobody else does.
Because you come off like a dink, like Shine did yesterday.
Nobody else is offended by the arguments.
That's gaslighting.
And I'm learning
See, now
gaslighting.
you're throwing flame. You're throwing the lighter fluid
she's getting gaslit.
on the gaslight fire.
Well,
Is
it's
what
because Courtney's getting stirring the pot.
You're stirring
No,
it
I'm
up.
not stirring the pot. I'm
yes,
learning.
you are. You're stirring the pot.
Courtney's getting gaslit.
But
There is only one person on this show that stops everything. To a halt to complain about the conversation.
What? Curtis, you're out of your mind right now. 3 seconds.
Once again, we'll stop, restart.
It's just crazy to me because I'm on this show too. So
Yeah.
if I want to voice my opinion or I want to get in on the argument, it doesn't mean I'm butthurt. It doesn't mean my feelings are hurt. I want my voice to be heard. So you then all of a sudden say, "Oh, I don't know why you're getting so mad." I'm doing exactly what Wiggy's doing, exactly what Greg's
Studio area.
Shine, not as dinkish today.
We could
Thank
call.
you.
Maybe I would suggest that we call that over there the dink tank.
Yes.
Instead of the think tank.
Gresh and Fourier.
I was like, whatever it is, I got to go to the hospital, like now. My wife's like, I'm going to call it 911. I was like, no, just drive me to, and I was getting mad.
On New England Sports Original. WEEI.
I'm Mark.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business.
At Marshall Building and Remodeling, we care about your home because we care about the life you live in it. Why do we do what we do? It's simple. The people. We've raised the standard for what you can expect during a roofing, siding, and window project because you deserve more. More communication, more options, more time spent on the important things in life instead of worrying about home maintenance. So when it comes to
You know, baseball isn't boring.
We're going to give you the feel-good story of Michael Peterson.
We were in Sugar Land. Spread was okay, but I'm a Californian. We wanted In and Out. We get to In and Out. I walk in, order my food, and I get a text. But, oh no, I just ordered a 4x4 and fries. And so I go out, call him back, and he goes, hey.